So as you're seeing, you are feeling more clear, more concise, and more on your game. So you should be feeling more confident now that you have a resume that, number one, accurately reflects who you are. And number two, is aligned with the direction of your dream job and where you want to go. Those two are critical to being in sync and to career in the new paradigm. So now that we've got that done, here comes the part that a lot of people have struggle with. And this may include you, which is how? How am I going to get to that dream job? Now that your resume is working and everything, you're aligned, now it's about utilizing what you know. Always, always, always. Did I say always? Always you want to be your most authentic self. And because of that, the way you're going to look for a job is going to be slightly different, but in line with who you are. So how do you get to network differently than what you've done to get to where you want to go? And I've got the trick for you. So here we are with networking, and we're going to leverage what you already know. So I want you to create a list. Who do you know? Who do you know that you can begin to leverage? And I don't want you to begin by, well, I've already talked to them, or they don't have any contacts and I don't want to let them know. You have to leave your ego at the side and let your knowing begin to lead you. Think about it. Think about who you know, who you run into. You run into coworkers, and if you don't want to share with people that you're currently working with, you have your past coworkers. So think about the entire amount of people that you know from your past, in addition to people that you're currently in contact with. So you have your coworkers, you have your former bosses, you have your neighbors, you have your friends, you have colleagues, you have your partner if you're in a relationship, or your parents, you have their friends. And so what you do is you begin to reach out to who you know. And you're going to begin to build your list. I want you to make a list of your social media accounts. So if you're on LinkedIn, if you're on Twitter, if you're on Facebook, we need to leverage those things. Now, if you have 2,000, 5,000 people, that's okay. That just means you're going to be going through that whole list, and you're going to be selecting the people in those lists that you think would be able to help you get to where you want to go. And if you're not sure, write them down anyways, because we'll come back to that. So you're going to make this list, and then you're going to be like, wow, I really have people in my life. I'm not in this alone. And the truth is, you're not alone. You just feel alone because you're doing it alone. And that's not really how it could be in the new paradigm. You see, in the new paradigm, we are all connected. We realize this, we feel this, and then we leverage this. As you are beginning to network and reach out, I want you to keep these 4 things in mind. Number 1, be authentic. Be your most true self. Who you are, and always what it is that you know. What you've done, don't try to embellish things, just be true to who you are. This is not the time to be humble, by the way. So be big, be bold, say all the amazing things that you've done. Like, I know for me, in doing this program, I have gotten people promotions when nobody said it was possible, when there was hiring freezes all over, government shutdowns, you name it. And I have had my clients get offered not 1, not 2, but 3 positions all at the same time because they follow this plan. So this is going to be true for you too, but you must be authentic and true to yourself. The second of the 4 is to be concise. You cannot babble, you cannot ramble, and you cannot chit-chat your way into a job. You just can't do that. So be authentic and be clear and concise. If somebody asks you a question, answer the question. It's not that difficult. If you're nervous, well then breathe. Find a way to calm yourself down, because it really sends a message of confidence when you are clear and concise. So that's number 2. And the third point is be considerate. Be considerate of who you're talking to. Be considerate of the relationships that you are nurturing. Be considerate that you may be asking others to help you in a particular way. Always be considerate. Don't be rude. Don't take them for granted. Always be gracious and considerate of their time. And that goes to my point number 4. Always ask for advice. Don't ask for the job. Do not ask people in your network who you haven't talked to maybe ever on the phone, or maybe you've never corresponded with them in email. Do not ask them for a job. I'm on LinkedIn. I have thousands of people on my contacts, and I am still surprised with grown adults emailing me who I worked with maybe 20, 30 years ago, and they asked me for a job. They haven't tried to engage with me. They know nothing about what I'm doing and nothing about what I'm up to. They haven't looked at my website. They haven't done any research, and yet they're asking me for a job. So you do the math. How much success are they having? 0, because their approach is completely flawed. What you're going to do is leverage your relationships. You're going to continue to nurture and build a relationship. So we'll get into how you do that soon.